When you get to NCAA tournament play, you're playing someone for the first time. So preparation, personnel, tendencies, how they guard the post, all the things that we look for in scouting, it's different. But when it's the third time playing someone, you kind of know where to attack them. We learn something every game. First time we played them, we beat them playing this way. Second time, they knocked us back, and we had to come back playing a certain way. But today, it was important that we got up on our toes early and not have to play from behind. I thought our defense was outstanding. I thought our discipline and our game plan was really good, and it's centered around these two guys. One from the left, one from the right. We tried to give them space to get to where they needed to get to. They're both unselfish, and they're both willing passers. Neither one really plays in a crowd. So, and then the rebounding. Things that we traditionally have pretty good. We defend, we rebound. Turnovers today were a little silly, but it's not easy beating a good team 3 times. Never is. It's difficult. But I thought our kids had the right attitude and the right mindset today, and it's a good win, and we just move on from here.
Okay, we'll go to questions, please. We'll start in the front with Joseph, please. We'll get a microphone to you, please.
Kelvin, can you share an update on Marcus and sort of that situation there, just what you saw and what it means?
Yeah, I didn't really see. Marcus goes down, that means he's hurt. We always say pain is an opinion. Some kids have a high opinion, some kids have a low opinion, but Marcus doesn't go down. He never misses practice, never misses a rep. He's always there. So when he went down, I was concerned for him. But the only thing I know it was not his knee. I think it was. He felt like his knee went one way and his leg went the other. It just got twisted. So I don't know. I shouldn't even say that. The easy answer is they're still evaluating it, and we'll see.
Go to James.
Yeah, Kelvin, yesterday you touched on, improving offensive rebounding. Just how important was it, your first 2 baskets come off missed shots, just setting that tone?
Yeah, that came up a little bit in our pregame discussions. I've been around these guys since June. Yesterday was a difficult day in a lot of different ways for me personally, and these kids are going to feed off me most days about things. I wasn't very good yesterday, so I'll step up and take responsibility for that. But I had a phone conversation with a couple guys yesterday or last night, and we met last night as a team, as a staff, and then as a team. Then we got up this morning and came over here. I think we gave us 45 minutes. We went through the actions that we felt like that might hurt us on, and we cleaned some things up. But just did what we do. I mean, we were very disciplined on defense. We rebounded well, got the ball to where it needed to go. And again, Cincinnati's a good team. You saw them last night. Be able to beat a team of that caliber 3 times says a lot about our kids.
In front to your right, Coach.
Kelvin, what does it say about Jairus and Juwan, as players and people to sort of respond to your challenge?
Well, the easy answer is I expected them to. So there was no surprise. they both are very prideful young men. I mean, they have a lot of pride, and they respond well. They have no fear, you know. They just, the harder you get on them, J1 knows me much better than Jairus does. But Jairus, since day one, has always responded the right way. Jairus is very talented, and when he uses his talent in the right ways and stays disciplined, then he impacts winning. And for us, it's all about impacting winning. You don't have to score to impact winning. There's a lot of ways to impact winning other than making a basket. I haven't really studied his stat sheet, but I just thought Emmanuel Sharp's defense on DeJulius, staying down on his shot fakes. Same thing with Nolly. I think Nolly had 53s on us the last time, and their team had 100. It seemed that way. But I thought we defended the three-point line with discipline. We got out to them. We lost them a couple of times in transition, which, we didn't want to do because that was part of our game plans, find them. But anytime Davenport hits a three, it's usually not easy. He takes a lot of hard threes. He gets them off before you get your hand out there, and he made one right in front of our bench that way. But that's a credit to him. He can shoot. Nolly can shoot. But our defense was good. I just realized we held them to 25%. I think we held the team yesterday to, can't remember. It seemed like that was 28% maybe, or 30, something like that. But when we're defending and rebounding at a high level and we're sharing the ball, we had 15 assists today. Jamal had 9 and 2 turnovers. We're pretty good.
To Mark, please.
J1 and Jairus, for both of you, what was different about today's games for each of you as opposed to yesterday? Maybe J1, you start, then you, Jairus.
I would just say from last game to this game right here, I'm not going to sit here and say I played good in the last game. Could have done way better, and I took that personal. I know the value that I bring to this team, and I know when I don't play to my level, it, affects the team too. So just having the mindset, to come in this game ready to go, and just be pumped up from the jump, and I feel like, once I start off, pretty good, my teammates, follow me, and it just shows how good of a team we can be.
I feel like the biggest difference was just our mindset, just coming into the game, like just being aggressive, offensive rebounding, and focusing on defense first. I feel like we were kind of offensive minded yesterday, which is that's not our culture, that's not how we play. So I feel like when we focus on what we value in practice, I feel like that's when we get off to them early days and good starts like we did today.
The ability to expand the lead, even when you lost Marcus, for both of you guys.
It just really shows how good our team is. A lot of people stepped up, and that's expected. Even though Terrence and Emmanuel are freshmen, they don't play like freshmen. They play hard just like the seniors too. So just knowing that, Marcus came out the game and we still have teammates that we know that comes off the bench and come with that same energy, just shows a lot about our team. It just shows how everybody has each other's back and we never, get away from what we're doing. Just staying together. And like I said, it just shows how good of a team we are.
Right next to you.
Jairus or J1. Vic Lockett had 15 points against you guys last time. Was there an emphasis this go around to be more physical and aggressive against him on both ends?
Most definitely. If I'm not mistaken, the last 2 games against us, he averaged 15 and 9. And, I feel like once we come into the game, on 10, and we play with our defense right, we capable of doing anything that we're put our mind to. So, just keeping them to, 3 points, 5 rebounds, I think we did our job, on the back end.
Okay. To the left, please.
Coach, your bench played really well today. Javier had 3 rebounds, Emmanuel had 3 rounds, Arsenault had 3 rebounds. How proud are you of those guys getting in, keeping the culture going, even as things got tough later in the game?
Well, you forgot the other freshman.
Jairus. I meant the bench freshman, but yes, sir.
Well, you didn't say bench freshman. You said the freshman. I mean, if you're gonna say the freshmen, Dusty, let's get them all in there.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Jarris, you can't be involved in freshman. What is he, a sophomore now? I mean, they're all freshmen. Dusty, slow down. Yeah, you know, a lot of it has to do with preparation. When Marcus went down, nobody mentioned it. You know, he's been down before. You know, we lost him and Tremont last year. So losing him this year, don't get it twisted now, we're way better with him. But Terrence never misses practice. Emmanuel doesn't miss practice. Those guys go against Marcus. So either Marcus wasn't there today, Marcus had a hand in those guys playing well tonight because they practice against him every day, against Jamal, against Tremont. And we've been kind of waiting on a moment like this for Terrence. But, you know, Terrence is coming off the bench for a team that's 31-2. You know, we're not 17-16 or 15 and whatever. I mean, we're 31-2. So don't look at these guys as like they're some kind of underachievers or failures. They're on a team that's 31-2. So they have a niche and a role. You know, days like today, we hope, no guarantees, but we hope will pay dividends maybe next week or the week after. Who knows? But we had confidence in Emmanuel. Now sometimes Emmanuel doesn't know whether he's pitching or catching when he starts doing stuff. You know, he'll do some not very smart things, but after he gets his butt chewed out, he usually doesn't. But I thought he was solid today. He's really good defensively. But I thought Terrence was good. He had the one turnover in front of our bench. But other than that, his rebounding, he had 2 offensive rebounds, made a big shot. So really proud of all our 4 freshmen, Walker, Arsenault, Sharp, and JVA.
Right behind you.
Jarris, how much have you picked up from Juwan this year, and how much do you guys feed off of his energy when he's able to start fast like he did today and kind of get into the game?
I mean, since I got here, like, he's kind of taken me under his wing. Like, he's been in the program. He knows what the coaches expect. I mean, how the games go, the flow of the game. So, I mean, when he gets going, I mean, I definitely kind of follow him, feed off of him. I mean, that's my roommate. That's basically my best friend, my big brother. So, I mean, like, we definitely feed off each other for sure. And, like, when he's doing well, like, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm having a good game too.
My boy. That's my boy.
Stop. And then back to Chris, please.
Coach, just what are your thoughts on the number of UH fans and all the red in the building today? This weekend.
Were you in San Antonio? You weren't? Well, if you were in San Antonio, you'd be used to that. Sooner fans, Cougar fans show out. You know, they're, I mean, they've been awesome. But you know, the people that weren't here to begin with, they don't know where we started. And that's part of their problem. You know, there's not an appreciation for that. And I see that. I recognize the lack of appreciation for where we started. But that's what happens when people get in here midstream. But, you know, when we came out of the locker hotel today, Cougar Red was all over the place. You know, last year there was nowhere to be seen. We didn't have any fans here last year doing any of this. But old Coach Sampson called the marketing people and told them to get off their ass and start doing something. And they did. So hopefully they start being proactive about some of these things.
Okay, got time for 2 more. We'll do Joseph in the front.
Kelvin, I guess conversations will be had between you and your staff, training staff and Marcus, but is this at a point where if a young man wants to play, you play him, or do you err? I know this is a hard question to answer, but in terms of his status, how would you approach, going in?
I would probably err on the side of holding them out because of how important next week is. You know, we've won a lot, but the most important thing is Marcus, not winning. That will always be the case with me. His health going forward is the most important thing here. But regardless of whether Marcus is here tomorrow, they're going to keep score, right? Or if they keep score, you ought to try to win. That's what we'll try to do, whether he plays or not.
Kelvin, if I could sneak this one in, the meeting that you said you guys had, was that a product of the game?
I'm sorry, say it again.
The meeting that you had with the team, was that a product of yesterday's game or this time of year, that kind of deal in terms of, wanting to maybe get back? Was it getting back on the same page?
Yeah, it's multiple. As a coach, you're constantly coaching. Most of my coaching is not during the games. Coaching during a game is like you writing a story. I mean, I've coached 1,000 games. They're all the same to me. You just react to them. But getting the young men to the starting line with their best stuff, and they need to know how much you believe in them too. I mean, my kids are my kids. Nobody else knows them like I know them. Because you interview somebody doesn't give you the right to know them. Our kids are very tuned in to this program. That's why you very rarely ever see kids transfer from here unless they want to go play. If they want to go play, then we're the first one to help them find the right place for them. But J1's in his 4th year, was recruited as a freshman. Jarris recruited as a freshman. Marcus a freshman. Jamal a freshman. Did I say Tremont a freshman? Terrence a freshman. Emmanuel, JVA. All these kids came here as freshmen. The only kid that transferred from another school that plays is Reggie. Reggie's been here 3 years. He's on a Final Four team. He's on an Elite 8 team. Now he's on a team that's 31-2. So our kids fit, but that's not by accident. That's not an accident that they stay. It's not an accident that they fit. That's why evaluation is far more important than recruiting for me.
Okay, final question, please.
For Jarris and Jawan, can you talk about how Jamal Shed impacted you guys tonight? Obviously, he had 9 assists and was a key part in the game.
I mean, just the way he leads our team, like he's definitely our leader, our go-to guy. I mean, we just kind of follow as he goes. He kind of sets the tone in the game with his defense. I mean, his playmaking just makes the game so easy for us. Puts us in the right spot, gets us the ball where we want it, when we want it. So, I mean, he's the perfect point guard. And I just love the fact he plays on both ends as well. So, I mean, he's just everything you're looking for in a guard.
And just the intensity that he comes out with. Just the way, sometimes he'll call a play, and you might not know what we're doing. He's the one to, let everybody know what to do. If he sees a mismatch or he sees something he can, go at, he does that, and we just feed off that, And I just feel like the most important thing is just having a point guard that, that you trust to make the right play every time. He's not going to force none. He's not going to do too much. He just stays solid, and we just feed off that, and as he go, we go.
Houston, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.